Hello there, my friends. Today we are going to learn how to create an affirmation style quote mug, just like this one here. I had a subscriber who I absolutely love reach out and ask me if I could create a video like this. So that's what we're doing today. If you guys ever have a subject or a video that you would like me to do, just drop me an email. Sometimes it does take me a while to get to your emails, but I promise you I will eventually get to them. So today we're going to be using Canva and my freebie called the Sublimation Shortcut. Many of you have already downloaded and enjoyed this freebie, but if you haven't already, I will link it up here in the cards for you to either click or you can grab it from the description box below. It is a freebie, very easy to navigate to. sellingdigital.vip will get you to my website where you can download the freebie. The Sublimation Shortcut has popular templates that you can use for Illustrator, Affinity, and Canva. So, like I said, we're using Canva today. So let's head over to Canva and get started. Okay, so we're in Canva now. As you can see, I have the template for the 15-ounce mug wrap. And all we have to do when you first get it loaded into Canva is select the text and go ahead and delete that. Now this is perfectly sized for the average 15-ounce mug. Basically, these types of mugs tend to have, or I guess this design style has a lot of different affirmations or quotes, different like blobby styles and things like that. So we're going to basically just start from scratch and we're going to type in the word quotes over here in the elements section. And then we're going to click on graphics. And as you can see, we get a lot of different types of options. So we're going to scroll a bit and I'm going to just choose some that I feel would look good for this overall design. You could definitely use Canva's Dreamlab as well, but for this, we're just going to be using the elements that are already in Canva, mix them together and create something that's all our own. You could also use Creative Fabrica. They have a bunch of different types of designs just like this, and you may just need to resize a bit and then maybe add a few more elements to make it your own. I really don't have a good plan necessarily for this, not necessarily a specific customer, so I should probably think of one. And let's think of, how about Mother's Day? Mother's Day is coming up, so maybe some quotes and such that would look good on a Mother's Day mug. That would get us kind of looking into two different types of niches, so that's good. So just looking through quotes, I'm gonna see if there's anything that pops out that might be a good one for a Mother's Day mug. So I love this one right here. It says, enjoy the little things. And I also love the color. So I'm thinking we might use this to help us decide on our color palette. I like that it's kind of springy. And maybe if we added in some pinks and some greens, some other brighter, colorful elements, that might give us that spring, bright vibe. And then we also have Mother's Day. And then we, of course, have this style of design as well. So we might do quite well with a design like this. So I'm going to use this element as our inspiration for the whole entire design. I also love the text. So we can go up here and change the colors, as you can see. But like I mentioned, I really like the colors. So I think we'll just keep them how they are. And I'm going to put this one right here for now. We may want to change around a bit the look of it, but for now, I really like this. And I also love the kind of hand-drawn look of the flowers. If you look right here, it says magic recommendation. So these are ones that are going to be by the same artist. So one person created this, and then when you get a magic recommendation, it pulls similar items that that same artist has created. You'll want to be careful with this because if you're going to be using this design commercially, you don't want to just use all of the same stuff from one designer. But it is a great idea if you want things in a similar style to come up and look at all the different things that they have. So as you can see, it says view more by, and then it has the name of the artist right there. She has quite a few of these, so I'm kind of just gonna go through and see if she has any other quotes or things that I think might be also good for our design. I'm not really seeing anything that really speaks mom to me, whereas enjoy the little things really speaks mom to me. So I'm going to go back, and this one, now I'm going to type in a specific thing. So I'm going to type in Mother's Day quote. And then see if there's something specific to Mother's Day. If not, then we'll change it to mom quotes and go from there. So let's look around and see. So this is cute. We might want one that's in the center of the mug that will give us, more of a focal point. So let's look and see what we have. It really just depends what kind of vibe you want to go for. This one moves, but that doesn't necessarily mean we can't use it. So if you were to use this, it would still save as a PNG. It obviously just wouldn't be moving, but just so you know, you can use these, but we don't have the ability to change the colors when they're like this. So I'm gonna delete that because I wanna be able to change the colors. All right, and this one has kind of this like solid blob around it, and then these cute little hand-drawn flowers. So I want something that's going to be similar to that, maybe something with a little blobby behind it, or we can just add the little blobby. And yes, I'm going to keep calling it a little blobby because I like it. The best mom. That's kind of cute. Okay, so we could do maybe something like this in the center. Let's see what we can change as far as colors. I still like the floral element of this, but it is only white and pink. So let's see if we were to change this color to the same colors that we have in the other design. And then this white to a yellow. Just doesn't give us a very good vibe. So I'm gonna take that one off. I don't love it. I like the idea of it, but it needs something more. And we can of course create something that's all our own too, but I just wanna keep in the realm of the Mother's Day type quotes, at least for now. That one's pretty cute. Mom mode all day, every day. Mom, mommy, mama, mother. That's pretty cute. Mother hustler. Thank you, mom. So I do like giving me ideas for like different like genres, like what type of mom. Mompreneur would be a good gift for a mom who has her own small business, or, you know, so different like micro niches, I guess, in a bigger niche of Mother's Day. Ooh, I wonder what colors we can change. I love this. Okay, this gives us more of that childlike hand-drawn vibe. So let's adjust the colors here. And I don't want everything to be the same color, but I just want it to flow. So let's just attempt and see what it would look like if we did do the same colors and if I would like that. So if we kept the white, and then the yellow would be the pink. So I don't really like it for that, but I think if we were to choose some other color, so if we kept the pink like that, instead of the blue, if we were to do there's like this orange color in the middle here. I'm wondering what that might look like. It might be just too much, or it might be just right. It's hard to say. That's a little too dark. Maybe we do like it like that. I just feel like that's not quite right, but the pink's really close. Let's try to lower that pink shade just a bit. It's taking a second to make it change, but I like that one. Now I feel like we just need to change the outside pink to a different color, either a different pink or a different color altogether. If we did yellow, I do actually really like that. Let's leave that like that for now. So now the middle of our mug will say Happy Mother's Day, and then we can adjust the rest. So we might want this to be a little bit larger since it is the middle of the mug, and we want it to be in the middle on both the vertical plane and the horizontal plane. Let's grab a few more, and it doesn't have to be you know, mom either. It could be any type of quote that would work. Let's just do mom quote and see if we can find any more that we want to put on here. And we can also add in little things like this or other elements that we would like as well. This would be cute. I run on coffee and kisses. That's pretty cute. So I think this would be a really cute one to do because it's not super artistic, but it looks really cute anyways. So we could do something like that right here. And we can adjust the color. And this is probably, let's see, do we want this on a white mug or do we want a background color? And we'll just keep moving. I love the fact like this one says boy mama. So if they are a boy mom, that would be cute. So let's add that. Just a few cutesy ones. And then I guess we'll go through and change some of the color. I just want to get basically the overall design layout on here. And so we have enjoy the little things. I run on caffeine and kisses. Happy Mother's Day, boy mama. Let's just type in affirmations because a lot of them do have little affirmations in them. I think a lot of them actually call them affirmation mugs. But you know, they can be quote mugs, affirmation mugs, anything like that. I even saw one say, quote collage or something like that. So lots of different ways. Practice makes progress. Never give up. Let's see. That's cute. I like that one. That's a cute little one that we can add. We'll put that over there. Ooh, some magic recommendations. Oh, maybe we'll give up. We'll take never give up off. These already have some backgrounds. So let's grab some of these. Smile, breathe, repeat. That's really cute and really goes with the overall vibe of everything. Keep going, push yourself, you are enough. I like the you're enough one. We may want to grab one of those, or we can just make our own, which is probably what I'll do with that one. And then there's also a lot of like little doodle elements and things like that that we can add in here as well. Kind of like how this has a little, we'll go off of this vibe here since we started with these little florals, these cute little florals on this and these little swirls. So what we should do is towards the end, when we are wrapping everything together, we should fill in different spots with maybe the little doodle swirls, maybe some more of these retro style flowers, things like that that really just kind of bring the whole design together. I think that would be really, really cute. In fact, I might be ordering this mug. All right, stay positive. That one's cute. These are just cute little reminders on here. I think are really, really cute. I love it. And they just all kind of go with that vibe of the hand-drawn or little doodle type of look. So now let's do some text of our own. And we have a lot of different fonts on here, which I think is fine, but we want to maybe keep with the theme of like these kind of more bubbly fonts, or they're like a thin font. So it's kind of all over the place. So let's just see if we have any of these that kind of already look good together. I like this text here, so we can shrink this down. We'll get rid of this because I don't want that one. And we can just do that's chewy. That's the you are enough. I think that would be a good one to put somewhere. How about another one that's like, you got this? Let's just duplicate that. I held Alt key down and then you can just easily duplicate that way. Just you got this. There we go. All right, so let's leave it at that as far as the quotes, unless I can think of another one. And now let's go ahead and decorate a little bit more. So all of these are white text, or except for this one right here that says positive. And then they have a cutesy colored background. So let's keep that going with the other 4 that we have here. So for this one, let's grab an element that's kind of just a blob. So let's just type in blob. Works every time. You should use that if you want to. So let's grab this color here, or this blob. That's a great shape. We don't have that shape, and that would look good, I think, with this one. And we can tilt it a bit. There we go. And then we will right click, layer, and then send to the back. Okay. And then we can grab this and we can just make sure it's going to fit really good there. And then let's change that to a white text. Okay, perfect. So that is already looking cute on that one. So let's go ahead and not duplicate. We'll hold the shift key down and select that one, and then select the one behind it and Control G. That way, if we want to move it around, it's all together because we've grouped it. Okay, so I'm going to do like the backgrounds of these, and then I'm thinking we'll go back through and do maybe a little bit of like maybe some florals on top to make them all go together, and then we can go from there. So let's see about this blobby, if that might be too big or if this works. I think that works. All right, and then let's change, let's change it white. Now I know a lot of these have black text, and you can absolutely do that. It just, depends on what you want to do. A lot of these have just the black text, but I think it looks really nice with the white text as well. So, totally up to you and how you want to do it. So we will go like that. There we go. I think that's cute because we can add some different things on there. And then let's see. So now we have blues, we have an orange. So how about we do an orange shade, since we have pinks and yellow here. We can do an orange shade up here maybe, or that might be awkward. Let's test it. And then maybe we do another blue. Okay, so let's find another blobby shape for those two. I like this shape for this one because it's got to be somewhat of a square circle shape to be able to hold all of that in there. There we go. And then we can send that to the back. And then let's go ahead and change the color. Let's see what it looks like orange. And then if we change this to white, you know, it's funny. I don't actually love this as much white as I did black. Interesting. You know, let's let it sit and see if I change my mind, but I think I might want to choose something different. All right, and then let's choose one more little blob situation for the You Got This that we have on there. It's kind of a rectangular shape. Which one do we want? Do you randomly sing? I randomly sing and speak in accents constantly. Don't ask me what accents because I don't know when I'm doing them, but I have that thing where somebody will be talking in an accent, or like you'll be watching a lot of that accent. Like if you're watching, I don't know, Love is Blind Australia, or I can't think of anything, something like that. And then all of a sudden you start talking like that. It's so embarrassing when you're talking to somebody like at a drive-through or in person, and they are like, especially in Alaska, you get a lot of Southern and you get a lot of Ireland and like Scottish accents. And so oftentimes I will be like, you know, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. And they kind of look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm from Washington State. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anybody else? I don't know. Might just be a thing. Actually, me, my brother, and my daughter all do it. All right, anyway, back to what we're doing here. By the way, I've missed you guys. I don't know if it's felt like I haven't been on here, but I haven't been because that sounded so bad. I don't know if it feels like I haven't been doing my job, but like I haven't. But I really haven't, because let me tell you, if you don't have spouses that work out of town, like it's a thing. He's always worked out of town. This has been our entire, you know, relationship, marriage, coming on 15 years now this year. And this was a long jaunt for me, I think, of just like single mom in it. And boy, your kids move out. It doesn't mean they don't need you anymore. They need you more. And I have a granddaughter now and everything. So I'm just all over the place, and I'm absolutely in love with my life right now. But it has been an adjustment to be the single parent at home while he's been gone. 'Cause he's been gone since February 3rd. So it's a long time, and we've only seen him. He got to come home for 5 nights, 4 days, 5 nights, or opposite, I don't know. And he's supposed to be coming home. Well, he will be home now. By the time you see this, he'll be home. But he's supposed to be coming home day after tomorrow. So I'm like kind of geeking out over here. But anyways, I've missed you guys because, you know, when he's working locally, I can just jump on here and make a video whenever I want, have an actual schedule. But when he's not, it's almost impossible for me to have a schedule. I don't know how you working moms do it. I know you're going to say we do it because we have to do it, because I get that all the time. I don't know how you do it. And I say I do it because I got to do it. But sometimes I really don't know how you guys do it, as far as like getting to work on time and working your whole shift. And like, what if the school calls and all these different, like, literally I'm called every day for something. I mean, and I have to just drop what I'm doing and go and do something for one of my children. And I only have 3. So I don't know. And that's not even talking about managing the house. I'm going on a tangent, but that's okay. My poor editor. I love her. I really, really, truly love her. So I think this looks pretty good. The boy mama thing is standing out, and not in a good way. Visual hierarchy wise, I really want the visual aspect to be mainly this centered one, and I think it would be if we didn't have that. So I'm going to get rid of that one, and we're going to replace it with something else. As far as colors go, I do obviously, I say obviously because this is just very me. I feel like we only have one purple, so that makes me automatically realize the purple is there. So I want one more quote as well. And then we're just going to fill it in with like a bunch of doodles and fun stuff, because that sounds great. So let's go and find another quote and another blobby. So let's do a mom, well, maybe a friend quote. Also, I'm getting a new keyboard tomorrow. I think it comes in. I switched to ergonomic because I thought it would be really helpful, and it's really not. The keyboard portion is not. The mouse being funky and weird is super helpful, but the keyboard, it's not helpful at all, and I can't type my best speed, which drives me crazy. And I've had it for like a year, so if I was gonna be able to adapt, it would have already. All right, so I want something maybe about friendship, or I don't know, just something that, I'm being interrupted. Yes? So I'm thinking, I don't know, we might be able to find one, maybe not one that literally says friends in it, but maybe something that is about being a friend. I don't know. let's just look. Good memories, BFF. I mean, it would work. Like if I were to get this from my kids, they would totally put BFF on it. So it really just depends, I guess. But I love how I'm like, they would really put it on there. I'm not tooting my own horn. We just always say that you're my best friend. Something we always say. Okay. Oh, do your best. That could work. Does that even go with, let's see. It doesn't, the text doesn't really go with it. I need something that's like playful. You are precious. I don't think I've ever used the word precious in my entire 40 years on this planet. Precious, that's special. All right, what about maybe something that has to do with kids? Parenting quotes. Yeah, it doesn't have to just be mom, right? You could find something. I love how it doesn't have to just be mom and that's what's all on here. Come on. Designers, I guess I need to design some stuff for dads because we're lacking over here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be adding some dad stuff to my Canva element account. That is too sad. Oh, make today amazing. I do like that one and that's cute. All right, so let's see what we can do as far as changing the color. So we can change the pink. So we're going to select that. Select the eyedropper tool, and then let's just grab that purple. All right, that just keeps everything all working together nicely. So now I'm just going to move everything over. You know what? Let's just get this last one first, and then I can worry about where things are going to go. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. All right, so I'm a mom. I'm holding my cup. What is something I would want to see on my cup? My son just got a new phone case, and it's perfect. I just wanted you to see it. Okay, so let's look in here because I really like her style a lot. So we have choose joy every day. That's cute, but it's a little too, seize the day. That's a good one. All right, see if we see any others. Maybe we'll use that one. Rise above the storm. I think that's a really good one as a mama. So I'm gonna delete this orange and I'm gonna put this one here. And then I wonder, well, now I'm wondering if I can do that. Let's see, if we were to change that to this color. Yeah, I think that's cute. Okay, we can do that. Now we just need to arrange them in a way that's going to look really good. So let's see. So this one has to stay. So I'm going to hold that and I'm going to lock it so that I know I can't move that one. That one's got to stay. And then for the rest of them, let's picture our coffee mug. Now that I say I'm gonna lock it, I think there actually might be a little too much space on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to unlock it and I'm gonna make it larger because this is supposed to be the focal point. All right, there we go. Now you don't have to have a focal point for these designs. I just felt like, doing a Mother's Day one that I might like it, but we could have just done a bunch of different quotes all over the place and not had a focal point, but just wanted to put that out there. All right, so then let's lock that now. All right, so now when we have our coffee cup, it won't look like it's so small in the center. This is not the right color of blue. I don't know how I didn't notice that. So let's ungroup this and we need to change this blue to match this color of blue because that's not the same. There we go. All right, so overall, I think this looks really cute, but now we need to stylize it and add some more little doodle effects and stuff like that. So I'm going to click over here and we're going to type in doodles and we're gonna find some little doodles that we can put everywhere. And I haven't decided whether we're gonna make them black or what because we have all our text is white, but our doodles don't have to be white and they can't be white because they need to have something behind them so that they'll actually show up on the mug. So let's just test this out. We can do some of these and we can do some of the doodles in black. I think I will really like that. So these are already around that one. So let's find one that doesn't have any doodles around it. So I'm thinking perhaps this one here could have maybe a little bit of those. Hold the Alt key down and we can duplicate. We can kind of just change this one or move them around a bit. And we can also, if we don't like the black, we can change the colors. to another complementary color if we want to do that, which now that I'm thinking about it, I think I will want to do, because these ones that are attached are, you know, within the color palette. So let's do that. We can put that one here. All right, so I'm going to, let's use this pink. That's cute, love that. All right, so we'll do the same thing there. That's really cute. So I'm just gonna go through and find some different doodles. Of course, all I had to do that was type in doodles up here, and you can find them. If there's a specific type of doodle, you could type that in. So let's do flower doodle, and you'll get more of that doodle look. So that's how you can do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish that up, and then we'll see what we have. So I really love the way this looks. I'm going to leave it just like this, but I did just have an idea that you might like. I want to try it just to see if we would like it, but I think it would look cool if we were able to outline, in a sense, this image. So like, maybe not an outline, but like a black offset or a black background on these to really make them pop, I think would look really cool. So I wanted to try a couple of things while we're on here just to see. So if we were to take this one and just Control C, Control V, or hold Alt key down like I normally do, and then we ungroup this one. If we take off the text and we just have this blob, right? So this one would be easy to do. We could just turn it black, and then we could go to position. It would be easier to do it this way in the layers panel. And then just pull it down until we are underneath that one, right? And then we would just do like a little tiny offset. So we could do like something like that to all of them, or instead of an offset, you could do a full like outline type thing to each one. I think it would look pretty cool to do an offset on all of these. Just, I don't know, give it a little bit more depth, or you could do like a deeper color. So like for instance, this one, we could check the color and we know it's this color. So you would first match it, and then you would click it again, and then you would find one that was a little bit different, like just a little bit, like even just the slightest change would add a lot to the design. Or you could do like totally, you know, different, really dark. I was just trying to think of different ways that you could really like pizzazz this up and just add a little bit more depth or whatever to the design. So that was kind of an idea I was thinking about. Another way I'm thinking we could potentially do it would be, let's take this off. I'm going to save this. So what you'll want to do when you're completely done is save as a PNG file. Remember, it's already the size that it needs to be for a 15 ounce. So up here, and if you ever forget which size you're doing it, I have named them 15 ounce mug wrap template, or, you know, the 11 ounce. But I'm going to change this to Mother's Day Bright Quotes. And then to save it, we just go to share, and then I'm going to do a PNG file to download. So I have the PNG selected, and we want it to be a transparent background. You do have to have Pro to be able to save with a transparent background. And then I want to download. So I want to see if we were to just upload that, how it would look if we were to just add a shadow with the intensity all the way up, if it would give the whole design that look. So let's go ahead and try that. So I'm just going to add a page now, just so that we can test this out. Just really wanted to see how that would look if we were to do that with all of these different little quotes or affirmations, just to give you guys some little design ideas. So we'll just upload the design we just downloaded. So you can see here in the uploads panel, it's a completely transparent PNG. So we're just going to select page 2 and put that over there. And I'm going to size it perfectly. There we go. And now, since it's an image, okay, we could do image editing. So if we go to edit, yes, we can. Okay, so look, so we can go to shadow, and we can do like a drop shadow, okay? But we can lower the blur all the way down. We can change the angle to whatever angle we're wanting. All right, let's say we like something like that. I don't know. And then we can change the distance so that it's closer. Just giving it that slight vibe, just like that, okay? And then we can change the color to black, which it says it's doing. So let's change the intensity to 100. So that would give us kind of a cool little look to it. I kind of like that idea. So just giving you some ideas to kind of help your creative brain get flowing of the different things. You can go back in here and do a lot of different changes or effects that you might want to do. Like if we liked the overall colors, but we want to change it up a bit, we can play with these, kind of give it a different color vibe. Just so many different things that we can do if you then save it as a PNG and bring it in as an image to do the edits that an image can do. Super cool. Okay, so now we have it completely done. So let's take a look at what it will look like on a mock-up. Let's say if we're selling on Etsy or somewhere else, we want to see what this is going to look like on a real mock-up. All right, so we're in Printful's website here. I love Printful, and we have clicked on just the white glossy mug, 15 ounce, and we're just going to do what it says, upload. And we're going to see what this is going to look like. Oh, I think it's going to be so cute. I bet you I want to buy it. Oh, okay. This is all right. So it says the image resolution is too low. So let's go and fix that. I'm really actually happy that this happened because a lot of people, if you hear that, that's my dog Millie, and she is making little grumbly noises because I'm not petting her. Okay, so a lot of people think that you can't use Canva to be able to make a high resolution image, and that's not true. So let me show you. You do have to have Pro, but it doesn't mean that you can't do it. So as you can see, it says that it's okay print quality, but the image resolution is pretty low, and that we shouldn't basically use it. So I'm going to X out of that, and we're going to go back to Canva. Okay, so when you save, we're going to delete the second page here because we don't actually need that. So when you go to share, and you are downloading, what we need to do is we need to adjust the size here. So right where it says size, we are going to bump that all the way up, okay? As high as it'll let us bump it up, that's what we want to do. That's going to give us the best resolution. All right, and then again, we're still going to do transparent background, and we're going to hit download. Okay, now let's go back to Printful, try it again, and you'll see the difference. Okay, we're back. So let's upload again. So we're going to click on upload, but I have to upload it again. Don't make the mistake of clicking on the one you had previously. But since it's here, we can see that the size is 287.37 kilobytes, and the resolution is 2000 by 889, and the DPI is 222. So now we can upload the new design that we just downloaded and see the difference. So I'm going to go to upload, and I'm going to choose the new one. All right, so now we have a size of 1.02 megabytes instead of this size over here, and we have resolution of 6,250 by 2,778 at 694 DPI. So there is your literal proof right there that you can in fact get a high resolution from Canva. You just have to have Pro, and you have to push up the size in the saving process. As you can see, I didn't need to make it this big, but I just wanted you guys to be able to see the difference in what you can actually do in Canva. There's a lot of misinformation. So I'm going to click on apply. All right, and so now it says good, it's in green, 731 DPI is what it's reading it as. So now we can move on to our next step here. So as you can see, we have Happy Mother's Day is in the center. Everything looks like it's within the range. Okay, so we're ready for our mock-up. So right over here, we just click on mock-up, and now we can see it all mocked up. Let's look at this one. See, look how cute that is. That's so cute. I love that. Love it. I love how it's a gentleman. That's hilarious. Yeah, that turned out really cute. Definitely a mug I would want. I love that they have one with the packaging. That's really cool. Super cute. I did notice this 3D view here, so I just wanted to click on that so that you can see that you can actually look at where everything is. So if you want to just look at the mug, not necessarily mocked up like that, but you want to see the whole thing, so we can kind of rotate the mug and see where we want it. So if you wanted to adjust yours, what you could do is, instead of having this in the center being like the front of the mug, if you want Happy Mother's Day on both sides. You would just put one right here and one right here, and then you would have Happy Mother's Day on both sides and then fill it in. So lots of different ways, but I love using Printful. Even if you don't have a store hooked up to Printful, Printful is still great. It's just a free account. So you can go in and you can kind of put these things together so you can see visually. To me, it's a really nice little hack or cheat code to be able to see what it would look like on a real product right away. So just a little tip. If you don't do print on demand or you don't do things like that, that doesn't mean that you can't have an account with them and then test it out. You can do that on all of the different platforms. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That was a lot of fun designing that. You know, a lot of the times I will have a full design idea, exactly what I'm going to design. Maybe I've tested it in the past and then I make a video and it's just really smooth sailing. But I sometimes like to do these videos, kind of bring it back to when I first started, of doing the whole design process, the idea, the thought behind it, the mistakes, everything all in one video. It does sometimes make for a video that's really long and maybe people didn't want to see all of that. And so sometimes I get comments, just get to the point, get to the point. But you know, I think it's nice to be able to see everything. Sometimes it makes you feel like you're designing right along with the person. And I know that the person that requested this video loves that. So you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you guys did, however, enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, as it's super helpful for the YouTube algorithm. The more you like it, the more they show it to all the people who might want to see a video like this. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell so that you get notified every single time I post a video. I'm working really hard on 2 videos a week, which will be Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I've set it out. I've put it out in the world. So you got to hold me to it. Wednesdays and Saturdays, they're going out. I think I have them scheduled to go out around 9 or 10 a.m. Alaska Standard Time. So if you want to figure out what time that is for you, the bell, basically, it'll give you a little notification on YouTube, on the app, or somewhere, letting you know that I have posted a video. Wednesdays and Saturdays. Wednesdays and Saturdays. Okay. All right, go out there, go design a life you love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.